Quiero pedirles perdón por una falla técnica, nos quedamos sin internet un momento. Pero ya estamos acá. Esta es la morgue ya.
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Me mató. Siento que tarda mucho la carga del juego. Bien, 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 bien. Oh, ¿qué pasa?
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Tenemos... Bien. Veamos qué hay en este cuarto. Oh, que hay algo.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Uf. Ay, no lo había visto. Ufale. Ese era otro, revivió. No era otro.
I cannot enter.
Ok. Subimos, supongo, ¿no? Ok, aquí no podemos entrar. Bueno, para abajo. Oh. Ingresamos acá. Ah. Hay mucho maloso aquí.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Ok. Tengo que encontrar un ingrediente médico útil en la antigua morgue. Ah, ok, nos dieron 2 cartuchos de escopeta. Esta morgue se ve inmensa, Wow, vamos a ver. Estos se podrán... Oh, no. Oh, me atacó. Me atacó. Hay alguien más. Pero creo que ya no tenemos balas. Esta. Podría ser, sí. Esta morgue sí queda como que asquillo. Acta de función.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Dice...
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? The chest was originally open to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. It's locked.
Espérame, Elías. Espérame, Elías. Estoy en una llamada súper importante. Perdón, Elías, estoy en una llamada súper importante. Y pronto les diré. ¡Hey! Humberto. Saludos, Humberto. ¿Cómo estás? Aquí estamos con Vampyr, boss. Este juego es muy ¿cómo se llama? De suspenso. Buena onda, mi Humberto. Ya jugamos como 2 horas Goku, te cuento. Una llamadita ahí, Elías, de cosas de trabajo. Pues Humberto, hombre, pero si querés ayuda, avísame, mano. Salgo en la moto a repartir si querés. Este lugar es bien tenebroso, ustedes. Ahí está ese desgraciado, Ay, se me... Ah, son 2. Uy, 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 uy. Toma. Eso. Oh, me mató. Ay, no, 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 no. No veo, no veo, no veo. Ya no tengo balas. Ah, me mató. Me puse nervioso. Hoy Humberto juega The Last of Us 2. Sí, mi querido Humberto, y 45, vos me desperté con esa sorpresa. Buena onda, felicidades, Elias, ánimo. Sí, mi querido Humberto. Estos infelices. Me regresaron desde el principio. Uf. Vamos a ver aquí qué hay. No, dos no, dos no, dos no, dos no, uno, uno. Eso. El hombre chiquito. Me clavaron el hombre chiquito, Elías. Me va a matar, me va a matar. Ya me mató. Ya me mató. Recupérate, recupérate. No dejé alguna medicina aquí.
It's locked, all right.
Todo está cerrado, por Dios santo. Ok, veamos aquí. No tengo ni una bala. $72 de daño. Podríamos usar esta, pero quita 30 de resistencia. Y esta 25, pero el daño es mayor. Y aquí... Ah, es que esas a dos manos. El directo lo vas a subir. ¿Cuál directo, Elías? ¿Este? Claro, aquí todos los subo. Todos van para arriba. Es que, fíjate que me conecté, empecé a hacer el directo y no sé, falló el internet y se cortó la señal. Pero luego, pues ni modo, continuó el directo. Solo fueron como 2 minutos, creo. Pero sí, lo voy a subir. No, 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 no. El de Dragon Ball está subiendo ahorita. Va a tardar unas 4 horas en subir. No, 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 no. ¿Otra vez me mataron? Ya mero, me matan. Bien, corre.
Skulls can be so ferocious.
Ufale.
I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Va atrasada la animación ahorita en Vampyr también. Quizás
Sodium
sea por eso.
hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
¿Va malo el audio de este juego, Elías? ¿Está atrasado el audio de Vampyr? Porque si está atrasado... Ah, ok. Puede ser, sí. Aquí podemos mejorar. Sí, es bastante raro. Pero bueno. Amigo Humberto ya se fue, creo yo. Así es. Y también el buen amigo Chente. Sí, así fue, amigo. Necesito mejorar la estamina, pero ya. No tengas pena, amigo. Sí, te entiendo, Elías. Este juego es súper... ¿Cómo decirlo? Estresante. Pero es bueno, Dice que es mina. Estamina. Ah, la estamina se le llama a, por ejemplo, en el cuadro de arriba está la verde y la naranja. Entonces la naranja es como el nivel de cansancio. Si te das cuenta, solo puedo dar 3, 4 golpes y mi estamina baja. Y eso no me sirve. Tengo que ir, vamos a ver. ¿Y aquí qué hay? Ayudar a que el hospital... Tengo que ir aquí todavía. ¿Y aquí por qué subí? ¿Por qué subí aquí? No entendí. Pero bueno. Corre. Ah, es... Ah, desgraciado, infeliz. Me mató, me mató. Sí, era lo que te digo, que empecé el directo y hubo una falla de internet, entonces me sacó del directo. Entonces tuve que empezar de nuevo. Pero no fue mucho tiempo que había empezado, sí, mucho, 2, 3 minutos. No entiendo qué hay que hacer acá. O sea, aquí subo, ¿ok? Por la ventana no puedo entrar. Bueno.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies.
Sí, se trababa.
I can leave whenever I want.
De plano por la falla de la señal.
A spirit, fog, or bat.
The staff here are not your enemy.
They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
Sí, Elias.
But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
R1, chequeo médico.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Tenemos otro paciente por acá. ¿Dónde?
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
De que era un doctor y se convierte en vampiro.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Necesitamos balas, sí. Estas cosas... De Guatemala, Elías. Centroamérica. Tornillo... Grasa... ¿Qué pasa? Oh, aquí que hay algo. Vamos a ver. Dice confeccionar el tratamiento para la fatiga. Ok. Interrogar. Bueno, entonces tengo que ir a mi habitación. Es en el segundo nivel, si no estoy mal.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, Doctor?
Exactly how bad is the supply situation here at Pembroke?
It really depends. Dr. Swansea deftly works his society contacts for monies, but with the quarantine, well, we're in God's hands.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane, thank you.
Sí, definitivamente tenemos que mejorar eso para la fatiga. Eso era para lo de la estamina que mencionaba antes. Ah, sí, estuvo bueno, Elías. Derrotamos a Freezer. ¿Dónde era mi habitación? Era aquí al fondo, sí. No. No, era aquí. Sí, siempre me... No, necesito mejorar la... Oh, ¿dónde está? Condición de cuerpo. Aquí está. Aumentar salud. A nivel 2. Le quiero dar prioridad. Esto, resistencia. Y ahora a la salud, claro que sí. Ay, no nos va a alcanzar. Bueno. Aquí que tenemos.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Ok, Elías. Tratamiento. Llevarle el medicamento a Dorothy. Un pan dulce. Oh, qué rico. Tenemos que buscar a Dorothy. A Dorothy. ¿Dónde está él?
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
No.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Tengo que encontrar a Dorothy, que yo creo que andaba por este lado. Está saludable, desconocido. Vamos a hablar con él.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so
tengo
much more
varios
when I
Elías.
smile or cry. I've
Pero
learned it's
sí,
easier not
de
to
hace mucho
speak.
tiempo atrás a Vegeta
But
y
be
el
assured I'm
Rubius.
smiling inside.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Tenemos que buscar a Dorothy. ¿Dónde está Dorothy?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed.
Sí, claro.
Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Yo no sé por qué me obliga a preguntarle.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Aquí está la Dorothy.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls? When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Hola, hola mis amigos, ¿cómo están? Pues les comento que mostrar cómo quedó por fuera, porque esto no estaría prácticamente, no es por dentro, o sea, no todo lo filmé por dentro, así que lo coloqué solamente de afuera. Ahorita se los voy a mostrar para que ustedes puedan ver cómo quedó. Por favor, mi querido Sergio, aquí está ya. Este ya prácticamente es lo final, ¿sí? Lo final de la consola de...
Humberto, Humberto tiene un en vivo ahorita
Sé que no se puede
sobre la consola de Chente.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book. Never could keep
This
anything
hospital
from her.
seems to be falling apart. But in the...
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help you, sir?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Elias. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
So many deaths. I will not let you down, Mike. How can we be sure we're making a difference? You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me...
Dr. Reed, may I help you?
I'll see you later, Nurse Crane.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. I feel better already. Can I go soon?
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke. Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest, and then I can go back to the people who need me.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Humberto, pero en Facebook Live. Puedes buscarlo en Facebook como Humberto Chan.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
This is no time for self-pity. It is the last thing our patients need.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Tell me what Dr. Tippets did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippets would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippets in our situation?
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
Goodbye, nurse.
Bueno.
Call me if you need assistance.
Tenemos que hablar con un tal Edgar. Pero no sé dónde están. El fulano este puede ser que está en el segundo piso.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
No, no es él.
Dr. Reed, any good news to
Ah,
share?
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
tenemos que hablar con un tal Edgar. No es aquí. No.